Hi, I'm Tim Gideon for PCMag.com, and if it's June in San Francisco, it must be time for WWDC, which means it's time for this guy to show us a new toy, and that is the iPhone 4. Let's take a closer look. It's 24% thinner than the 3GS. On the left panel, we have dedicated volume buttons and a mute button. On the top panel, there's a headset jack, a mic for noise canceling, and a sleep-wake button. On the right, a micro SIM tray. The bottom panel has the main mic, a 30-pin connector, and a speaker. The back now has the camera plus an LED flash, and of course the front panel has the 3.5-inch display and a new front-facing camera, plus the trusty home button. So the new touchscreen has a name, the Retina display. It's a high-res display that shows 320 pixels per inch, and it's been optically laminated to reduce light diffraction. Images do indeed look crisp on the iPhone 4, not just because of the display, but because of the 5-megapixel camera that can also shoot 720p HD video at up to 30 frames per second. Multitasking is now an option. You can adjust music playback no matter what you're looking at, and you can have several apps open at once. Just scroll through the dock at the bottom of the screen. Another nice feature is this button here that disables the accelerometer if you need to do that. You can now group your apps by category in folders. Just drag them together and they get grouped. Email can also now be organized by threads, kind of like Gmail. The browser looks pretty much the same, only sharper now, especially with text. Steve Jobs proudly demoed the new gyroscope with this Jenga app. It can sense what direction you're holding the phone in and adjust the screen's image accordingly. iBooks is now on the iPhone, only with a new touch. You can view PDFs. They look pretty excellent on the high-res screen, and iBooks also has new note-making and bookmarking features. So let's talk about that camera. 5 megapixels, 5 times digital zoom, tap to focus, LED flash, but to me, the coolest feature is the new iMovie app. The software I'm using to make this very video is now an app for HD video editing on the iPhone, and like the computer software, it looks pretty intuitive. Of course, most people think the best new camera feature is the front-facing lens that makes this possible. Video chatting between iPhones, or what Apple adorably calls it, FaceTime. The accelerometer also works pretty seamlessly in the FaceTime continuum. You can also adjust in which corner you'd like to have your inset for your FaceTime chat. It only works between iPhones, obviously, and it only runs on Wi-Fi right now, but I imagine it'll be a very popular feature and probably add a new horrifying dimension to drunk dialing. Just like with the iPad, these new features come to you courtesy of Apple's A4 chip. We got a rare look inside the guts of the iPhone, which means a lot of internet videos involving iPhone dissections will no longer be necessary. The battery got bigger, and thus so did battery life. Apple's numbers are usually fairly accurate, so what you see here is probably close to what you'll get, and that's pretty impressive. And those leaked photos turned out to be pretty darn accurate, so Steve Jobs explained what exactly those lines in the frame are. They are the antenna system for the phone. Neat. iPhone OS 4 immediately got renamed to iOS 4, and it got a blinged-out metallic logo. Steve Jobs also invited Microsoft's Bing to be on his phone, which seemed like a very nice thing to do. The new iPhone 4 16GB model is $199, and the 32GB model is $299, and the iPhone 3GS still kicking at 8GB and $99. Not like those prices matter because it's an Apple product and people are addicted. But will it live up to the hype? We will answer that question when we get the iPhone 4 in the PCMag labs. Until then, thank you for watching. I'm Tim Gideon. So long.